What's up, fellow engineers? I'm Dr. McKay and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a quick guide on the main menu and how to basically get mods in your game, because I've seen a lot of people and I've had lots of people ask me how do we get mods. So first of all, this is your main menu. Obviously you want to come down to options. This is for mods. Alright, you go to game and you basically go to mod.io consent, which is there. Do you consent? And then make sure experimental mode is on. Alright, and basically once you've done that, press X and it should be able to work with mods now. So that's the first thing you got to do when you want to access mods. Alright, so let's go over the main menu, then we'll go through all the stages of each one. So obviously you know what new game is. So new game, it comes up with different scenarios and obviously custom. So obviously these are your built-in game scenarios, your tutorials. So obviously first jump's like a story, like it's a scenario with a linear story, and it basically kind of teaches you kind of what to do. Learning to survive is a bit more of a in space, kind of chucks you straight into doing stuff and learning. Frostbite is a really good obviously scenario based on an ice planet. I don't think jetpack's activated on this one, so yeah, but you have to basically do like a story based thing, which is really cool. So if you haven't got the DLC, definitely get Frostbite 1, that's pretty good. Scrap Race again, it's the same as Frostbite. It's like a story driven with unique like built-in game mechanics. Never Surrender is basically like a standard survival mode. Basically you plop down anywhere on a planet, Earth, Mars, Moon, space, build up your base, build a ship. And I think last part of the game is you have to survive many waves of drones in space. But that's like once you've done your tutorials and all that stuff and learned how to play the game. Obviously Never Surrender. Red Ship is obviously a scenario in creative mode with the red ship. Workshop is like basically worlds that people have created that you could download and play straight into, and obviously custom. Alright, now we'll go back to custom in a minute. So obviously load game, obviously any games that you have saved that are not online, will appear here. And obviously you can access, or you can basically join anyone you want. Obviously you can delete them by pressing Y. You can edit the game settings by pressing X, which will basically, you can change whatever you want within the settings. And also I'll do more of the settings when we create a world. And obviously you can like publish your world by pressing like I say start. Basically at the bottom it tells you what you need to do. And obviously that's basically load. Obviously join game is online. So obviously we have our Keen servers, which are designated in the server name where it says Keen US, EU. Then you have other players like servers. And obviously you can search by pressing right trigger to like games, favorite, history, friends, and you can find what you want. Obviously that's a bit more obviously online based. Obviously it will be, and each server will have the preference to the person who created it. Obviously if you just want to play online, try a normal Keen server, but just beware. It's how can I put it? It's a live server, so essentially when you leave the game, the game still plays. So if your base is out in the open, not defended, somebody can destroy your shit and you'd lose everything. So just keep that in mind. If you spent 4 hours or something building up a base, then leave, go for dinner, and come back, someone might have destroyed it. So take it with a grain of salt. You definitely want to be good at the game and maybe have some friends to play with to like stand a chance, or you could buy your own server, which costs money. But that's the servers. Options are like obviously your game options, which are like language, building mode, which is proper handy. So obviously if you're in creative mode, you can choose how you want to place blocks. Now I go with line because you can place a single or a line, and it just makes building so much better. Oh, right, but you can. What's going on? Alright, don't know what happened there. Right, so obviously single block, line, and plane. Plane is basically you build a big square. You know, you basically place one block and then you come out both sides and you form a big panel. You know, I don't really like plane. I like line. And obviously you have experimental mode, like I said, have on. You have show hints, good bot hints, you can turn them on and off depending if you need hints. Obviously new game screen, enable trading. Consent agreement is what you need to be clicking as well for other things. And obviously area interaction. So once, obviously that's with crosshairs and stuff. So once you accepted all them, you want to press X. And obviously your UI changes the color of your like heads up display and stuff like that. So press X to configure. Otherwise, if you press B, it doesn't load. Audio again, basically it's just customize settings. I don't really want to go into all the options. And obviously, come down to character. You come to a character customization screen that you can customize your character for like online or anything like that. You can also do this inside the game as well using the medical station. But you can choose whether you want to be female or male. Outfits, depending on if you got them. The color of the outfits. You could do individual like outfits if you want to, and you can do your tools. So if you wanted to, what's going on? It's not letting me go up. Anyway, obviously you can choose the color of your tools as well, which is pretty cool if you like that type of thing. Yeah. So that's your character. So I'm going to show you how to now access mods. So you want to go to custom game. Now custom game, you have obviously Crash Redship, Distant Moons, Distant Worlds, Earth Planet, Empty World, Green Station, Home System, Lone Survivor, Mars Planet, Moon Base, Pet Tramp Orbiter, which is another good scenario, Redship. Now these are all different ones you can have. Now obviously depending on what you want in your creative world, it depends on how easy you want it. Yeah, obviously Distant Moons, Distant Worlds, Empty World, Home System, and I think that's it, have no start base. You can spawn in a pod. Obviously Earth Planet, Green Station, Lone Survivor, Mars Planet, Moon Base, Pet Tramp Orbiter, and Redship, you start at a base. So you have like already a base set up. So depends what you want. So I normally just go with Earth Planet, then delete everything because it puts you straight on Earth next to some ice. So yeah, then I just delete everything. But with just whatever you want. So you got obviously the name of the world that you want it to be saved, description if you need a description. Then you have your game mode, so you can go survival or creative. You know, you can access creative mode even if you press survival, so it doesn't be too much. But you can't go to survival from creative like the same way in the game. So you can do online mode. So you can obviously have it private, friends, public. So if you wanted to have, say, your friends in, you can have, on my console anyway, 6 players. I have a Xbox One X. Yeah, obviously if you have an original, then I think it's 4. A Series X, I think might be 8. I'm not entirely sure on Series X. But I can have 6 players in my, well, including myself, so that's 5 additional players I can have in my private world. Mind you, the Xbox sounds like a jet engine about to explode, so just keep that in mind. Then you have autosave features, so you want to make sure you have it on if you are building creative mode. Anyway, if you're using replay tool, I'll turn it off just in case you have a save happen during a recording and it just messes everything up. So that's your general settings, right? Advanced settings. Now this is where it gets a bit more complicated. We have character infantry size, so you can change how much you can carry. Block infantry size, so obviously again here, realistic is the crappiest one. Assembly efficiency, refinery speed, welding speed, grind speed. So they're all your speeds of what you do within the game. Now, if you want it to be really easy, you whack them all up to 5, 10, whatever. If you want it to be hard, then you do realistic or grind speeds 0.5 there. Anyway, obviously environmental hostility, you can have safe, which means no asteroids. Normal has some. Cataclysm like every 10 minutes. Armageddon is just crazy. And yeah, but good fun though, don't get me wrong. Then obviously asteroid amount is obviously, you know, normal density. So basically you can have whatever you want. So I think environmental hostility may be something else. Maybe like a combination of asteroids, wolves, spiders, drones, something like that. Yeah, but it does say the frequency of intensity of meteor showers, so, and that's obviously the density, so you never know. Sound mode, obviously arcade, realistic. Arcade has sounds in the background, realistic is no sound, apart from obviously your sound that you make in the game. World size, so obviously, yeah, it does explain to you what that is. View distance, now obviously you can it tells you exactly what you could do here. So 10, 15, 20 absolutely do nothing. 7 kilometers is performance friendly. 5K is low end machine, so it's like an Xbox One probably. And then obviously these ones are just if you want your Xbox to explode. So just keep that in mind. Respawn ship cooldown, so you see that's your drop pod, you know, so cooldown's disabled, or you can, you know, do whatever. Enable sun rotation, you toggle it off for day and night basically. Then you can do duration of days. Then you got maximum objects, maximum ship size. Now these are different on various consoles, but on the Xbox One X, I just leave these alone, but worry about the total PCU. I normally whack it up max to 200,000, but obviously minimum is 10, not 10, 100. But you cannot get more than that, and you can't go infinite. I know on the beta and on the Series X it's more or infinite. I'm not entirely sure. I know on the beta it's infinite, I think. Then they got max saves, optional spawn distance, and then you come to like these here. So you have auto healing, which is like you go up to so it's kind of like your health regenerates, I think. Yeah, enable spectator, so yeah, something you go ghost basically in the world. Show player names, so obviously if players come into your world, it pops the name up. Thruster damage is basically another good one, depending on how you build. You turn it off, and you can literally put a block behind your thruster, and it do no damage. Have it on, then you have to put distance between your thrusters so they don't cause damage. So yeah, whatever you want. Weapons enabled, obviously. Destructible blocks. Yeah, adaptive simulation quality, so it enables reduction of quality of deformations and explosions affecting voxels in case CPU is on fire. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that means. And then obviously you got random encounters, which is like in space. Obviously oxygen converts to station, jetpack, voxel destruction, wolves and spiders, and obviously you got drones on the other side there. Block removal, friendly missile damage, so you could basically have it off or on, and you could have accidental firings of each. So if you had another player in your faction, if you have it on, obviously your friends can accidentally destroy your ship with missiles. If you have it off, they can't. Progression tree, which is something some people don't like, so if you don't want to have to like make things to unlock things, just turn that off and you have access to every block in the game without having to go through that. Subgridding is like you put your blocks on a piston or a rotor, and obviously that's subgridding. Obviously enable subgrid damage is another one. And then obviously go down and you obviously your weather system, so you can turn it off so you don't have weather. Aim assist, bounty contracts, so you've got quite a lot of option here to customize your world depending on what you want. And you got permadeath, which is like hardcore. So that's basically settings, and once you've done it all, press X, not B, otherwise you have to redo it again. So you press X, and now that's done. Now for mods, right? As you can see at the bottom, it says start for mods. Brings up, and it'll bring up your mod page. Now obviously I have a bunch of mods that I use, but obviously you would have nothing if this is your first time. So basically press start again, and it'll bring up the workshop. So to navigate this workshop, use your analog stick to basically go up and down, then your D-pad while in the middle section to basically go on what you want, and you press right bumper and left bumper to navigate the pages. It obviously does tell you at the bottom if you're not too sure. So obviously you find what you want, and then you press X on it, or not X, A on it, depending on what you want to basically subscribe to it. So obviously I have Jump Drive's mod pack there, so it's a little box basically filled in. Once you've done what you're doing, you just press B. There's no X on this one, so press B to go back. Go to your menu and press Y, and it will load up all your mods. And then you basically find the mod you want. So I like the Xbox speed mod on all the time because it's just better, unless I need it off, and then I mix and match depending on what I want. So let's go with Xbox speed mod, and let's just put a load of random ones in here a sec, just so I can show you when we go in. Modern beds. And obviously you can have like King's cheap armor block mods, a real good recommendation one, because your armor blocks will be 1 PCU instead of 2, which it just is a lot better for building if you're building those big ships. And obviously there's loads of other ones of Kings that do the same for other things. So just like, yeah, if you want mods like that, yeah, definitely download them. Let's do some of that. And well, I like the rotary airlock. Let's just have that one. So that'll do for a minute. Alright, so you make sure once you've done that, you press X, so not B, X, to OK it. And once you've done that, you press start. Not start, you press X to start, should I say. I'm looking at the thing. So you press X to start, and it'll do download, check mods for update. It will update your mods if they need doing. They will do the first time, but then every other time afterwards, once you've done it the first time, should be fine. The mods will load. Now, the more mods you have, the longer it will take to load. That's it. Yeah. It's quite funny. I said this would be a short video. We're already at 17 minutes. This is a lot to cover, really, in just the menu. So here we are. This is obviously the Earth scenario. So because I've set it to actually online, you pick your spawn point, but if you have it to set to private, you'll just spawn in the base. So you spawn basically here. So basically now we're in the world. Come outside a minute. Obviously this is just nothing. Don't worry about anything here, don't pay attention. Your mods will be all the way on the right side of your progression tree. Now obviously I can't access them there because I got progression on, but to basically go into survival creative mode from here, press RBY and go to enable creative mode tools, and now you can have access to everything without having to worry about survival. Yeah. And then obviously you can have your mods here. So you got normal bed, which I just spawned in, and you obviously got different ones. Like, yeah, these are pretty cool, better than the beds we have standard. And then obviously, where's the rotary door? Rotary door. Here's the rotary airlock, which is like pretty cool. I like the rotary airlock. So basically, you click on it, it spins, you get in, and then this one goes that way. Actually, that's like a pretty genius. And obviously, this one's a through and through. So one's one to the side, and the other one's a through and through. So you get in, turn it, and out you go. So it's pretty cool for the rotary airlock. What other ones I download? I think it was Flares, Torch mod. Oh, PDCs, point defense currents from the Expanse. They're just basically giant Gatling guns. And last one was engines, wasn't it? Yeah, Torch mod. So these are different color engines, obviously not hooked up to any hydrogen, but yeah, they're just different colored flames. That's essentially mods, and obviously you can choose whatever you want. Now speed mod as well will be activated straight away, and as you can see by my bottom left, I'm going way past 100 meters a second. It goes all the way to 260, I think. Yeah, 260. But just be careful, because that is quite fast, especially in ships. But I think that's it. I don't have anything else to cover with menus and mods. Oh, last thing, just a bit of a tip. If you're building... see what I mean? You go too fast, you'll shoot. So, yeah, if you're building with mods, whatever you build with mods, and then you want to upload it to the workshop, so obviously, let's just say, let's give the workshop menu up. So I just pressed R, B, and B, and it'll bring blueprint menu up. Just frozen a sec. There you go. Alright, so obviously when you upload it, obviously blueprint, it'll come into this section. right? And then obviously you want to basically rename it or put a description. Can I put it? Can I do that? I can't do a description yet. But basically, rename it to what you want, and then if you go to once you publish it there, alright, you can go into the mod.io website and you can edit the information, which will appear obviously in that box. So I'll get one up here now. Okay. So obviously this is my Saturn V rocket. Obviously that's the blueprint, so there's nothing there. That's my own personal blueprint, and my upload blueprint, which has obviously all the things changed on mod.io, has all of the description that I put in on how to fly it there. So make sure when you do, you add obviously your mods that you've used in the build. And I do believe it gives you options now within the menu to basically put the mods that you've used in that are on the workshop. So yeah, I hope you found this video interesting and helpful in any way. Obviously, like I said, there's a lot of people out there that don't know any of this. So yeah, I hope this video reaches you and you learn something. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you like my content, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. It really does help me out. I've been Dr. McKay. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.